The Great Betrayal. How Labour Abandoned Britain. Britain stands at a crossroads, and Labour's steering us straight off a cliff. While Trump pledges to put America first, Sir Keir Starmer seems determined to put Britain last. This isn't just about policy differences. It's about a fundamental split in how nations view their very purpose. On one side stand the civic nationalists, America, Israel, India, and Argentina, who believe governments should serve their citizens first. On the other, we find Starmer's Britain and Trudeau's Canada, obsessed with abstract notions of global good and international order. The evidence of this betrayal is everywhere. Labour's $9 billion Chagos giveaway, our suicidal energy policies, and our wide-open borders aren't failures of competence, they're deliberate choices. Starmer and his technocrats believe Britain must atone for its sins, real or imagined. We must be punished for the Industrial Revolution, never mind that it lifted billions from poverty. For building an empire, like countless civilizations before us, and for slavery, conveniently forgetting we led the world in abolishing it. This new Labour doctrine isn't just post-national, it's actively anti-national. They've convinced themselves that putting British interests first would be morally wrong. We must sacrifice our economy on the altar of net zero, even as China builds coal plants by the dozen. We must surrender strategic territories to curry favor with international bodies, even when it undermines Western security. We must throw open our borders without limit, because the gains to migrants supposedly outweigh any cost to British citizens. The zealotry of this new secular religion is breathtaking. Like medieval flagellants, Labour believes Britain can only achieve redemption through self-harm. Every policy must prioritize global welfare over national interest. Every British advantage must be surrendered as penance for historical sins. Every international court ruling, no matter how absurd, must be treated as sacred writ. Young progressives have embraced this masochistic worldview with disturbing enthusiasm. They've created a perverse new form of British exceptionalism. We're special because we're willing to put ourselves last. They take pride in our national self-destruction, seeing it as proof of moral superiority. But this experiment in radical anti-nationalism will end badly, just as it has everywhere else. Justin Trudeau's dream of Canada as the world's first post-national state has curdled into nightmare. Merkel's ethical immigration experiment transformed Germany forever. Now Starmer seems determined to repeat their mistakes, but on an even grander scale. The British people aren't fools. They understand the difference between reasonable international cooperation and national surrender. They know that a government's first duty is to its own citizens. And when they finally get their say on Labour's great betrayal, their verdict will be devastating. Some call this view nationalism. I call it common sense. A nation that won't put its own interests first will soon find it has no interests left to defend.